My friend, Ruth is here from Canada.
Yeah, where is she?
She just went to do something.
She's coming back?
Yeah, she's coming back.
Okay. Fine. So because this is a makeup class, I normally teach this class Tuesday mornings, and we're following the book, Emma Benim Smecha, Rav Teichtel's book, and Yeshiva Eretz Yisrael. And I decided because this is it's a makeup class in a Torah and art time slot, that I'm not picking up from the book where we're holding normally, but I fast forwarded to the next chapter over just for today, because I thought this would lend itself to some sort of art something after that. Okay. So now what I'm reading from is from chapter 4 of the book Emma Benim Smecha. It's a chapter dealing with achdus and peace, achdut v'shalom.
Why not try it out?
Why not learn that as a standalone class on its own, because it's not usually our time. And whoever will listen to the recording, because I don't see my normal Tuesday morning chevra people on right now, but you're going to want to hear this. It's in the English book. It's on page 474 in your English book.
What's the name of the English book?
Emma Benim Smecha. I think, pretty sure. Okay, so Rav Teichtel wrote this, and it's a big schus. This, you know what this learning now should be in the schus of his Ilui Nishmato B'ezrat Hashem, in the schus of this tzaddik that wrote this book, who lived through the Holocaust, who loved this mitzvah very much, and who did everything to try to teach about it, to get other people around him to realize, like, the Holocaust is going to be over. We're going to survive this, but don't stay here. Like, you go to Eretz Yisrael after. And he ended up losing his life. Nice to see you, Abigail. So do you know that I'm doing the makeup class for Shevach? Did you see? Yeah. Okay. Good. So he says like this. He starts off the chapter that the Aptarav of Yisrael, in one of his akdamot for his sefer called Ohev Yisrael, he brings up that in his akdama, that the numerical value in Hebrew, the gematria of Ohev Yisrael, that means love all Jew, Ohev Yisrael, is the same as the word takana. Takana means to restore, a reparation, a restoration of something. Okay, that, in other words, that you want takana, you want tikkun, you want Am Yisrael to live through a restoration and a rectification and tikkunim. The key to it is Ahavat Yisrael, to be Ohev Yisrael. Okay, very good. So now I'm reading. He quotes from Midrash Eicha. He quotes from Midrash Eicha that there's a pasuk. I need my glasses. Oh, I didn't need my glasses, and now I need my glasses. My reading glasses.
You've gotten 5 minutes older.
I have a banana. I have this.
Oh, good.
I have no, I don't. I didn't see it. Probably through the
other bag?
Maybe it's in my other bag.
In your pocket?
No, it's not in my pocket. I'm pretty sure I have a mental memory. No. Okay, I didn't bring it. I'll do my best. Okay. He brings up a pasuk. He has, you know what? I have a magnifying glass in my phone. I can just read it through this. No. Camera. I'll just enlarge. Does it work? Weird. It's not working now. Okay, it's not working for me now. Okay, no, he has. Okay, the pasuk from Eicha is Bila besari ve'ori shavar atzmotai. Horrible pasuk. Eicha. Okay, it's the book of Eicha. It's a book that we read on Tisha B'Av. But this is okay. So there's a midrash on this pasuk. Bila besari, my flesh has worn away. To wear away. Wear away. My flesh has worn away. Ve'ori, and my skin as well. Shavar atzmotai, my bones are completely broken. Bila besari, the Midrash says that my flesh has worn away. This refers to the community, to the tzibur. Ve'ori, and my skin, this refers to the Sanhedrin, the judges of the people. And then he says, Kashem sha'or chofel basar, the Midrash says, just like the skin is the protective, is the thing that protects and surrounds the flesh and keeping it together, just like it acts like a chuppah over the flesh, so too the Sanhedrin, chofin al Yisrael, so too the judges of the people are meant to be the protectors of the people, of the flesh, which is the people, right? Shavar atzmotai, he broke my bones, from the word etzem, otzma, that these refer to the people of strength of the Jewish people, of the people. Bnei Adam shiyu kivnei atzumim. This refers to the people of strength, of stature. And that's what the Midrash says, okay? V'hi pele, Rav Tachtel says, this is a wonder. How did Chazal bring this pasuk that it's talking about flesh, skin, and bones, and worn away and broken, to mean the kihila, the community, the tzibur, the public of the Jewish people, and the Sanhedrin, and strong people? What's going on here with this Midrash? And then he says, and then Hashem, I was wondering about that, and Hashem opened my eyes to understand it. Rav Tachtel is giving his own understanding about it, to teach a practical lesson. The Midrash is coming to teach us a practical lesson, how to behave with the public, with the community, within a community, in order for us to get to a place of hatzlacha ve'bracha, a place of success and blessing. And what is the obligation of the leadership towards the people? How to guide them and to lead them in the path of emes, and so that we can get to a place of shlemus in all areas. And he says, now, how do we see the Midrash guiding us towards how the public and how the tzibur and the judges and the people of strength, how they connect to this pasuk of speaking about worn away and broken? Where's the limud here? Where's the practical lesson we can learn from this? It says, before I explain that, I'm going to first bring what two other giants of Torah brought down, each one in their private work bringing, but they seem to be saying the same thing. Who are those two people? HaChacham HaMufleh, Shlomo Virga B'Sifro Shevet Yehuda. Okay, Rav Shlomo Virga, on his book Shevet Yehuda, and the other one is Rabbeinu Bal Maharam Shif in his drashos on Sefer Devar, and they were very medakdek on this pasuk from Eicha. Bila besari, my flesh is worn away. Ve'ori, and also my skin. V'shavar atzmotai, and broken my bones. Shehu belo seder. They point out something weird is going on in this pasuk. If you want to mention bones, skin, and flesh, say it in order. Start from either the bones and then go to the flesh and then go to the skin, from inner outward, or start with the skin, then go to the flesh and then go to the bones, from outer inner. But why is this pasuk mentioning first the flesh, which seems to be the in-between zone between the skin and the bones? Why did Yirmiyahu, when he wrote this pasuk in Eicha, why didn't he write it kaseder, either from going outward inward or inward outward? Both of these people, of these rabbis, ask this question. This is like they pay attention and they ask the question. Because first is the skin and then the flesh and then the bone. And if you want to, so to go from the outer towards inner, so you say bila ori v'besari. My skin has worn away, which led to the wearing away of my flesh, that led to the breaking of my bones, or start from the other way around. If there's bones in my flesh, that could lead to, if there's breaking of a bone, that could lead to the wearing away of the flesh, which would lead to the wearing away of the skin. But here the order is messed up. And they try to explain it. Okay, these two rabbis, and what they come up with is sometimes you have a nega, you have a hurt, a blemish, a makah, okay, a plague within, okay? Omed be'emtza, she'anega, she'apasuk rata lomar, the pasuk is critical that you have a nega, that this pasuk is speaking about a specific type of hurt, blemish, pain, kind of a makah, a plague, that starts from the inside, she'anega be'emtza, which corresponds to the flesh, and that when the flesh is diseased on some level, that could either lead outer to be affecting the skin, the outer, or it could then, or the effect of it could be go inner towards the bones. And that's why the pasuk is speaking about first from the flesh. The flesh is the problem here. The flesh is the beginning of the problem. And then it'll either be seen on the skin, or it'll be seen in the bones, or it's so bad it's going to be seen on both. Okay. But now we have to still understand. He says, so what is he trying to say? So what is Yirmiyahu Navi by sitting up the pasuk? What is he trying to tell us by this? That it spreads out from the midpoint outer and inner. Okay, lama. Kivan, what was the intention of Yirmiyahu here? Venir'ali. And Rav Tachel says, it seems to me that he had a very special intention. Leramez ma haya hasiba she'avadnu et artzenu, because Eicha is a lamentation. We sit on the earth and cry every Tisha B'Av for the loss of the land, for the loss of Beis Hamikdash, and the loss of Eretz Yisrael. So in this pasuk, Yirmiyahu seems to be teaching us, you know why we lost the land? Because the flesh was rotten, and from the flesh it went to the skin and into the bones. What is the meaning here? Welcome. No, come in, just sit. Join. I don't know.
You're at the right place.
Okay, what's your name? Suri, you look familiar.
Yeah.
I've seen you. Okay. I'm stepped in for Shevach who couldn't be here today, so I'm giving a makeup class. You came for Shevach, that's why I'm here. Not okay. So why did we lose the land, and why did the Beis Hamikdash destroyed, and why did we were exiled from our land? Okay, even though that we were such a mighty nation that the rest of the people actually had a fear from us at a certain point. They feared for us. That like in Eicha it says Lo ha'eminu malchei Eretz, that the kings of the earth of the surrounding lands couldn't believe. All the dwellers of planet Earth, that there should be such a thing. That an enemy would be able to actually make their way through the gates of Yerushalayim. Nobody thought that this could possibly happen. But the lack of achdus amongst the Jewish people, this is what caused the Churban. If we would have been in achdus, united, bli pirud, without any fractions fragmenting us, no nation on earth could have come and conquered it from us. But the plague started disseminating, broke out from the midst of us, from us, from the pirud levavot, separation of the hearts, what we saw in Israel, that we became segmented. It's such a nevuah for our time, that we became so segmented, so fragmented, each faction fighting the other faction.
And he wrote this before the Churban. He didn't.
Yirmiyahu.
Yeah, he did.
But he saw the sinas chinam. He was a prophet that warned them.
If it's after the Churban, he saw what was going to happen. He saw and
because he saw the factions. He saw the lack of achdut. Yirmiyahu. Yeah. So fragmented, and they fought one another. This is what you see. You told us last week that you come from Tel Aviv and you see the protest. It's ugly and it's painful. It's horrible. The us and them, that there's no after, and it's like it's so hurtful to us, right? What one party, what one faction builds, the other one destroys, and it seems it's leading to chaos. As we read in the Shas and the Midrashim, when they speak about our tkufa, the tkufa right preceding Mashiach, that's what's going to be seen, this type of scene. So we see that the plague that plagues Am Yisrael more than anything else, more than Hamas and more than Hezbollah, more than Al Qaeda, more than anything, that the problem is it's coming from the very midst of Israel.
When did you write this?
Rav Teichtel during the Holocaust, because he lived through it in his own way, that every time he opened up his mouth to speak about the need to go to Israel and to build the land, Yeshiva Eretz Yisrael, there's this holy rollers in Hungary, he thought, because the war came late to them, he said, you know why it's happening in Poland and other places? Because they gave their hand to help the Zionists, who are not kosher people. And we here in Hungary are protected because the Rebbe's told us, and we listen to the Rebbe's to say we want nothing to do with it. We don't cooperate with those Jews, those kind of Jews. And of course, the Nazis did not spare Hungarian Jews. It came there late. And every time he says, while he was still able to go and to give drushes, he said, after this is over and we have freedom of movement, leave this place. Do not fall into complacency. Do not fall into forgetfulness. This is a place that is hostile to the Jews. They might feel out of guilt. They'll let you'll feel like you'll be able to rebuild your life and start your business again. Leave. Don't do the same mistake over and over again, what we've lived through so many times in history, that as soon as the tsar is over, you say, oh, not so bad. I can still recoup. I can still pick up my business where I left off. He says, you don't get it. Every time a trouble comes to Am Yisrael, it's to wake us up to the opportunity of a geula moment, and don't miss it up again. So he would give drushes, and they would say, we don't want you to give drushes. We'll let you speak here unless you don't speak about that what we know about you already. You already have. He started off as being a Munkat Chassid from the anti-Zionist camp, but then the Holocaust hit, and he said, he's a big Talmud Chacham. He says, why did this happen? And everything he was led to, we were choosing the stepmother over the real mother, over Admat Eretz Yisrael. All of this is to wake up, and this whole book is pasuk after pasuk, source after source, unbelievable sources. Every page is full of sources to say, you want to know why this is happening? It's plain before us. It's clearly this is the reason. There's a lot of Nevi'ei Shekel. They didn't believe him, and everyone was out. They had Torah there, they had Chesed, but each one they had Sinos Chinam. Everyone believed that their Torah, the way they were giving, was the right Torah, and they weren't noheg kavod ze bazeh. So even from the guise of a religious from a religious place. Like my yeshiva is better, my Rosh Yeshiva is better than your Rosh Yeshiva. My yeshiva, don't go to that yeshiva, go to my yeshiva. Type of thing. And this plague that started from within the midst of the people, because they were not noheg kavod, they had lack of achdus one for the other, until the whole foundation of Am Yisrael itself started disintegrating. And that's what gives the ability to the hand of the enemies mibachutz to come and conquer us. So it's not Hezbollah, it's not Hamas. They're just tools. We're inviting them when we hold by dissent and lack of unity. We're the ones who fuel the fire. And our leaders, because it's a Sanhedrin. And then this inner corruption within the soul of a Jew that lacked ahavat Yisrael, achdut in Israel, this opened up the word lifnim v'leachol, before them and after them. And what does it mean? Lifnim v'leachol, v'zeh shekonen, and this is what the Navi is eulogizing, lamenting. Bila b'sari, my flesh has worn away. What does the Midrash say? Well, who's the flesh? This is the tzibur. This is the community. Because you don't have, the community is not holding from a place of achdus and unity. You're wearing away the koach of Am Yisrael within you from your own hand. Remember, like the question was, why did Yirmiyahu start with the flesh and not the skin and not the bones? Why is he going in this order? Because that's where the problem is. That's where the disease is. It starts from amidst the Jewish people. Like it says in another pasuk from Yeshayahu, your dissenters and your destroyers, your ruiners and your destroyers, from amongst you they come. You, the Jews. And this because of the chaos that you introduce to things. That comes in the camp of Israel. And this is what brought the breaking out of the makkah, of the plague, of the blemish. And from that middle part, from that flesh, because the flesh is not holding it together, but Ahavat Yisrael, it goes inner and outward, to the skin and to the bones. V'zeori, this is the skin from without, and the broken bones from within. And this is what the Midrash says, Bila besari zet tzibur, that the flesh has worn away, this is the community. Hainu shepartza makah b'tzibur Yisraeli atzma shenikra lekreim, because the tzibur, the community, has torn itself apart into groups and factions, and dissenting one from the other and warring one from the other. Everyone with their methodologies and everyone with their ideologies. Shonot, that's what he says. Shitot ve'ideologim shonot v'chol kat lachama, and each faction is fighting the ideology of the other faction. There's right, there's left. V'kat shekenegda ba'ad shela v'lachamu zeh et zeh v'chach paska, and this is what brought a chaos, a loss of law and order in the land. V'rak sarot v'tzalmavet, and only tsuris and darkness, punishment and darkness. Heiru bazeh, and we see it in all the machanot. Yisrael v'din garma sha'oyev ba mibachutz v'chala et hakol, and this is what caused the enemy to be able to come in and then kick us out of the land in this. And this is what it means. Be'ori is Sanhedrin. The skin means the Sanhedrin, according to the Midrash. What does it mean? When these factions, when Am Yisrael is lacking achdut, then where are the leaders to help us get out of it? Where's the leadership that brings us back together? Just like the skin, the job of the skin is to hold it all together. Right? Kashem she'or chofeh al habasar, just like the skin covers the flesh and containing everything together to work as one unit, one body, so too the Sanhedrin, the judges of the people, this is their function, that need to bring the Jewish people in unity together. So this is what the shepherds have to do. This is the job of the shepherds, the manhigim, the judges. These are the shepherds of the people. This is what the hishtadlus has to be, to bring all the different factions together, to work together in unity. Okay, different opinions, but figure out how to live with respect one for the other. Still maintain the love that you have for the other. But if the shepherds, now this is so sharp what he's saying, but if the shepherds do not strive for unity, to bring achdus in the land, it's like that we have a lot of political parties, and each one is for their political gains. But if the leaders do not strive to unite everybody, this will cause the makah, the plague that started within the tzibur, to also affect them, because it starts with the flesh, that's the tzibur, and then the leadership are also going to be affected by the same dissension and hate that's in the flesh. It's going to affect them, and then you won't have leaders. If the leaders don't stop the plague, they're going to be part of the plague, and the disunity is going to be seen. They're going to wear away of themselves as well. And they will lose their hashpah. So the foundation will be corrupted, and will break away the whole thing. And that's when we see also the pasuk bila besari, bila besari. This is the wearing away of the flesh. This is the tzibur, and then it's gonna have, if the Sanhedrin don't behave like, if the leaders don't behave like proper leaders, they'll also lose their standing, and that will lead to shiber kol atzmotai, all our bones will be broken. These are the strong people that could come in and help out. They don't have a leg to stand, like you mentioned, Jonathan Pollard. If you don't have a leadership, so someone like Jonathan Pollard doesn't have a voice. He's not heard. He's not giving the platform. He's not.
People ignore him.
People ignore him. That's what this is saying. People ignore. So if you already have people that could stand for something better, they're lost, because if the leadership is lost and the tzibur is lost, then the few people that could come and save the day, they're being dismissed. Because the Satan is like kind of dancing around us. And this causes for the lengthening of the gullus. Yeah, Ariel. The people of upstanding strength that could do something about it, but they're broken. In other words, they're not given platforms. They're cut off from positions of influence. And he says now like this: the Satan, who's the adversary, is still dancing amongst us, and these leaders, now who does he blame most? Not the not the middle, not the flesh. What are you going to do? People are people. Where's the leadership? He says, you know who's going to pay for this? Atidim haroim leiten et hadin hazeh. The leaders are going to come and have to pay for this in the end. Yan sheinam mishtadlim le'achad et kol am Yisrael, because they don't do the hishtadlos of uniting all of the Jewish people ba'agudachat in one unity. And he says, and this is the only healing. This is the only medicine that we have to have proper leadership that's going to teach us how to be be'achdut one with the other, to move away from all the dissension and all the factions and all the hate. Now we know it. This war brought it out in us. We understand. We just need the leaders. We should be zocha to the leaders that's going to come and really have the respect of the people to be heard, and this is their agenda, and that they should be heard. They should rise. That we should be zocha to leaders that are going to take the positions of office, Mashiach now, and on that level of understanding and pain for what's going on in the Jewish people and have the koach to be able to bring it all together.
And that make room for the Satan to dance around.
Exactly. So now that's the end of the official of the class, of the formal class. Now, like the art class, because I'm doing Shevach. So there's a footnote to this section, and in this footnote, he brings. It's a long footnote. He brings after he's saying all of this, he brings so many psukim that bring about the importance of peace. Now, in Hebrew, peace is shalom, but it also comes from shlemut, piecing the pieces together to make something wholesome. Shlemut, shalom from shlemut means not uniformity, it's unity in adversity, and not adversity, in diversity. Thank you, sorry. It's what did I say?
Diversity.
No, but what is it? Unity in diversity. That's shlemut. And we have to pray for it. So he brings a few psukim here. And I brought this book, and this is going to be, I'm setting up. Okay. Shalu Shlom Yerushalayim. Such a beautiful pasuk. Shalu Shalom Yerushalayim. Pray for the peace and unity of Yerushalayim. Another pasuk is V'darshu et Shalom Ha'ir. Seek the peace of the city. Another pasuk, Yehi Shalom B'cheilech, V'shalva Be'armonotay. May there be peace within your walls. B'cheilech, Yehi Shalom B'cheilech. May there be peace within your walls. V'shalva Be'armonotay, and serenity in your castles, in your palaces. Leman achai v're'ai adabrana shalom bach. For the sake of my brothers and sisters, adabra, I shall speak peace within you. Each one of these, did Shlomo leave any of these out that he didn't sing? Okay. Im ken, so too. There's so many psukim. He could have quoted so many other psukim. We see how important shalom is, that the Kodesh Baruch Hu is mochel, and he forgives all of our sins as long as we can be in unity. And he started off this, before he brought these psukim, he brings the midrash that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, in the name of Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael, Atem garamtem lachriv et beiti v'leaglot banai. You have caused the destruction. You, us, have caused the destruction of my home, and to exile my children. Should you have asked peace of one another, I would have been moichel you. Any affront you did to me, any avera that you did against me, would have been forgiven. I don't care, as long as you, my children, get along. But there was not any peace amongst you, so you caused it within your hand. My tama. What is the reason? Shalu Shlom Yerushalayim. You didn't ask for the peace of one of the dwellers in Yerushalayim, for one of the other, etc., etc. And it's considered a sin. And also, Kol do she'en Beit HaMikdash nivna beyamav maleh alav hakaduv keilu ha'churva. Any generation that the Beit HaMikdash is not rebuilt in its time is as if that generation destroyed it with their own hands. So as long as the Beit HaMikdash is not here, means we still have a lot to work on our achdus and our shalom. And B'ezrat Hashem, we should, each one in our own private life, we're all good people, right? And we for sure want the peace of Yerushalayim, and within its all over Eretz Yisrael. Yerushalayim is just is a mashal for all of Eretz Yisrael. And the word shalom is also in the word Yerushalayim, shlim, from complete. Yirah, you have to have yirah. You have to have a re'iyah. You have to be able to see shlim. You have to see the shalom within everybody, and seek it out. B'ezrat Hashem. So So I thought of an exercise, and I brought we're not going to do paints, but I brought crayons and markers, whatever I found in the box there, pastels or crayon, whatever, and I printed out the psukim. You're gonna have, so just like you can choose a pasuk. This is just to keep it next to you. You don't see it. And then take one of these words and add your own words of prayer to it. Add a visual that goes within it in terms of what you understand that's going on. It could be amongst what's going on in Eretz Yisrael now, or it could be in your own private life where you can bring more shalom within, between you and a person that's not so b'shleimut right now, something that needs work on Ahavat Yisrael, right? You get what I'm saying? So it could be personal, it could be national, it could be anything you want of where this meets you. Okay? So I'm gonna set up yeah. Okay, so this is just to keep people like in French, as you can choose the word. I'll go over the psukim. You're not gonna use this to draw on, but you're gonna take a paper and draw on. So the psukim are Shalu Shlom Yerushalayim. What's a Shalu Shlom Yerushalayim? Ask for the peace of Yerushalayim. Daven. Seek out the peace. Darshu et Shlom Ha'ir. Seek out the peace of the city. Yehi Shalom b'chelech shalva b'monotayim. May there be peace in your walls and serenity in your homes and your castles. Leman achai b'ra'ai adabar shalom bach. For the sake of my brothers and sisters, I will speak peace to you.
This we got this one. This what they put in Jerusalem. They put on. It's like it's shalom achshav. It's shalom, and this is what they write down.
Lo namut avur ha'itnachalut. We will not die for the.
So this is the other.
This is the other faction. This is the faction. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So there's Can somebody help bring out papers? Just rip up the papers early. Everyone gets a paper from there. Everyone has. So can I? Judy doesn't have, and I also don't have. She has. Shana, you gonna want to do? Okay. Can I? No, it's okay. You have. Here, take this and bring me back my papers. Okay. Okay. So should I put up like what Shevach she puts music? So I'm gonna do a Shevach shtick here now and Leman Achai. Which song of Karbach should I do for this now? She can't stand that one. Which one?
Which one? Yehi shalom b'chelech.
Yehi shalom b'chelech. Carly Bach. Carl. Yeah. She usually comes to Shevach. You've seen her before here at Shevach.
She's on our mailing list, but she didn't get me.
Why is this no thanks? But I have a premium. Okay. You're not doing this? You're thinking?
I'm not sure. I really want to get to a couple of things that are. No. I'm good.
Reach out to Sarah on that one. What? Should I reach out to Sarah on the mass?
Yeah, you can reach out to her as long as you want.
Yeah. The 7 of it. I want you to tell me.
What?
How's it, Dad? You think he's gonna bring in a lot of people?
Very good.
Right. Why aren't we just doing it?
Because next, and people are gonna come.
Do you think a lot of people are gonna come to this thing?
Which thing?
God, let them know.
I have no idea. I have to put it out there. How do we know?
I'm just saying, like when we've done other events like this, similar to